hiatus, at least on book videos. I just got back to the United States about 1 week ago. I was studying abroad in South Korea, if you haven't seen my videos, but I have read a lot of books over that past period of time, listened to them as audiobooks, ebooks, everything possible. I even brought home double the amount of books that I came to Korea with, which is a little oof. But I just finished a book for the first time in America, and I'm going to try to catch up on making reviews for some of the books I've read while I was in Korea. And finally publishing book videos again, because I'm not gonna stop reading, so why would I stop making YouTube videos? So today I want to talk about the Jasmine Throne. I actually asked for this book for my birthday last, 2021. I got it, I held on to it, and right when I got back to America, I read it. It is only 525 pages, I believe, and it is a quick read. I read it in 2 days. The text, pretty big. You can get it at Barnes & Noble. I love the cover art. And I will just start by diving into a lot of the things that I did like. So about this book, it is a very unique world, and the magic system is already unique as well. There's also this plague type disease that's going around, very unique. Haven't really heard anything like in this book before. It seemed through and through all unique. The one thing I do want to say though is there were a lot of different points of view, and at the beginning I could not tell who was who. I knew the main character, and then I was like, wait, who is this other person? Who is this other person? And this person? It took about halfway through for me to understand who was who. So I think it just dove in a little bit too quickly, especially with a lot of those names. I was like, why am I hearing from this person? Like, what do they even have to do with it? I know that's part of the surprise, but it felt pointless at first. I'm all for like a switching of points of view, but when all the characters are so far away, I get a bit confused, and then of course they come together in the end somehow, which makes the points of view like worth it. But I wasn't really liking it. I feel like I didn't gain that much. I could have got to know the main characters better if it wasn't so spread out. Maybe they're trying to make some second characters also really strong. I'm not exactly sure. I really liked, so again, this is a sapphic romance. So the two female leads are kind of in love, and not too much happens with that, but I really enjoyed the build-up, because it's not just a cutesy fall in love. They are kind of a little bit like enemies to lovers because of the manipulation, stuff like that. So I would recommend that. I just thought there were a few cheap tricks in this book. Like in the beginning, there's amnesia, some people were supposed to be dead and they weren't, and then magic powers come, and it's like, okay, all these things keep happening. It's like I've seen this before. They're unique, but I've still seen this before, especially the amnesia thing. I was like, you really didn't need to put this in. That was kind of dumb. But I did enjoy the world, like the world setup, and I think towards the end it became a little bit more politically intriguing. Towards the beginning there was nothing of the sort. Towards the end there was, and I know this is the first in a series. I'm pretty sure it's a new book, so I don't think the second or third one has been published yet, but I was gone for a year, so I'm not sure. And this book's really setting it up for all the other books. I think the political intrigue, the love was like on the back burner for a minute during this political intrigue, and I kind of expected it. It was not that unexpected. I was like, oh, this might happen, and it did happen. Oh, this might happen, and again, it did happen. So I wouldn't say it's very unique, but it's also a bit predictable in the writing style and the cliches here and there. But it's not cliche to the point where you don't want to read it. Like, it's not a dramatic love story. It's not a they're gonna win everything in wars either. Like, there is some truth, and I don't think it's overplayed. It's just getting to that point where it's like, If the other books in this series continue it, I'll be like, I don't really like it that much. There were a lot of parts in the beginning, it jumped in too quickly. I know maybe I could have been reading more thoroughly, but I could not understand some of the magic systems or even what the magic came from for a good amount of time in this book. And when I did figure it out, it was really cool. I had never heard of this river system, this belief system, and so I thought that was nice. But the way that I had to grapple with understanding it was a little bit difficult for me. I think the characters had strong character and they were not one-dimensional. And again, since this is where two women are in love, it was not one of those where the women are just like, oh, the male lead. There's really not. The men are like the bad guys. So there is that. There's some really, honestly, the second female, I don't even know if I can call her a second female lead. So I call her Bhumika. She is so I love her character. She has given up so much, but so many people ridicule her, and she's doing her part to really like hold on to what she thinks her country should be. And I really respect how she is written, and I respect how the characters don't completely believe in each other, but they're on the same side. So I think that's a really intricate thing to pull off in this book. So before I finish up my little book talk, I will just give a quick summary to convince you to read this book. So we are in an ancient kingdom, and there is a leader, and there's also districts. We have the Empire of Parijat. So in this empire, there are 5 different city-states. Ariana, that is the one where we are in. It used to be a kingdom that ruled over everything, and then there was the fall of these strong people, and now there is a disease spreading through the land called the rot. And the rot is like leaves and plants are growing underneath your skin and slowly killing you, and it is not transmissible by touching anyone, but no one goes near the people that have the rot. They're basically shunned from society. And our main lead, Priya, she is trying to help out the kids that have the rot, since she used to be an orphan herself, and she's just a maidservant working in one of the noble houses in the land. So that is the setup. We also have our second lead, Malini. She is the princess, the deposed princess, because her brother is an evil psychopath. We don't get to hear much from him, but we know he should be gone. So she's in jail or prison. It's not really a prison, but a prison fit for a royal. And somehow those two meet, and somehow they break out, and somehow they need to bring justice back to their land, to their country and the city-state. And the magic that flows through Priya's veins is part of the key to achieve that. So if you would like to check out this book, go ahead, find it, leave your reviews in the comments or any questions you have. I will answer them if I can. I love to always chat about books, especially if you have read it or you have a similar recommendation to this. I just finished it one day ago, and I am about to read a few other books. One of them is The Bone Shard's Daughter. I'm going to read A Darker Shade of Magic because I am on a quest to read all V.E. Schwab books. I've read like 4 or 5 of them. I can't remember at this exact moment. I still have jet lag. Please forgive me. So please give me recommendations below because I need more books, even though I have too many. You know how it is. You relate. I know you do. So give it a thumbs up, and I will see you next time.